Did star rookie guard Jaime Jaquez Jr. not want any part of LA or the Lakers? And there's a worrisome update on Rui Hachimura and a possible injury. And the Lakers have a huge stretch of home games coming up here in the month of January that could really change the outlook on their season. What's good, y'all? Happy New Year and welcome to another Lakers Digest video. I'm your host, Okechi Apakama, and before we get into everything of today's video, guys, I want to bring your attention to something. There is 94% of you guys who have recently watched our videos who are not subscribed to the channel just yet. If you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker reactions, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things LA Lakers, you guys are going to come right here to Lakers Digest to make it your home for all of it, guys. Now, with that out the way, let's hop straight into the topics of today's video because we have a bunch to talk about. As Heat rookie did not want to play for the Lakers. So, Jaime Jaquez is an LA native, born and raised in SoCal, and he's just a SoCal kid through and through. And he's been killing it for the Miami Heat this season as he's been one of the top rookies in his class. And it has a lot of Laker fans thinking, what if, they took Jaime Jaquez Jr. instead of Jalen Hood-Schifino, who they took at 17, while Jaime Jaquez went at 18. And although he has been killing it in his own right this whole rookie season, he was actually asked about it by the South Florida Centennial, and then he said this to them as he said, "I wanted to get away. I think for myself, I thought it was important for me to be able to go outside of my comfort zone and experience something new. I didn't want to be that guy that said, oh, I just stayed in Southern California all my life. I wanted to go live in a new place, a different new place, and that's why I was excited to go to Miami. It was new. Everyone compares it, but I think it's very, very different." So what he was kind of saying there is just, as a guy who was raised in Southern California and mostly spent most of his life in the LA area, he just wanted to get away and try something new, and then might as well go across the country and go to Miami, which is another lively type city and just a very poppin' vibe. And so it really makes sense for a guy like Jaime Jaquez Jr., as I would understand that sentiment, as I've been a person who's been growing up in the LA area for most of my life and just wanting to experience something else outside of your comfort zone and just see what the whole world has to offer in that sense. So though it makes sense for the Los Angeles Lakers to have probably taken a guy like a Jaime Jaquez Jr. at 17, I do think there was still some drawbacks on that, only because I really wouldn't know where he would play into all this, as he's a guy who kind of fits that like two guard a little bit. He's more small forward-ish, but if he is in that small forward power forward range, then he wouldn't be getting too much playing time, especially on this Los Angeles Lakers team, as you have guys like LeBron James and Anthony Davis occupying those spots a lot. And then also they just paid Rui Hachimura and Jared Vanderbilt to extensions, so having those guys take up some more spots, and then guys like Taurean Prince, who came in this year, has been playing that spot, along with guys like Christian Wood and even Jackson Hayes when the Lakers go to two big lineups. So there really wasn't too much space for a guy like Jaime Jaquez Jr. to probably see playing time from the outlook, which is what's happening to Jalen Hood-Schifino right now, and has a lot of Lakers fans thinking, what if we had Jaquez Jr. instead of him? But this has just like a lot of factors to do with it, mostly just playing time and availability, as the Heat don't really have too many forwards behind Jimmy Butler. So having a guy like Jaime Jaquez Jr., who is a very well-seasoned rookie, it seems like, as he played 4 years of college, and it's really showcasing himself as he's been killing it, like I said, in this first half of the season. They really just had more of an opportunity for him to play, while the Lakers probably would not have had that at all. And we're seeing that currently with Jalen Hood-Schifino, as he is almost like the fifth guard in the rotation. Even though the Lakers do have a lot of injuries to their guards, he still doesn't play too much here. So honestly, I would love to have a guy like Jaquez Jr. on our squad, but to see him kill it and just to see him do his thing just really makes me smile, as he's an LA guy, and I'm always going to root for him regardless of the situation. But with that, let's hop straight into our next topic here, as Rui Hachimura might have a serious injury. So Rui Hachimura was taken out only after 8 minutes of play in their Sunday's game against New Orleans Pelicans, And Rui Hachimura left the game due to a left calf strain, which could really mean a lot of things here. As there was a report that came out from Dan Wolke, and who was an LA beat reporter, and he worked for the LA Times. And then he said that initially that there was the concern level is at a high level when it comes to Rui Hachimura, but the Lakers did not want to jump to conclusions. Darvin Ham had said, and then they would want him to go through the evaluation process. And then he also gave some further context, saying that he spent some time in the locker room, and they said it was more of a precautionary thing, and then he'll be reevaluated once the Lakers got back to Los Angeles. He did see him walking around, and he didn't have a profound limp or anything like that. So that is a little bit of a silver lining there. Hopefully Hachimura didn't avoided something massive here, but with these kind of injuries, especially like calf strains, you have to really judge it on what type of grade that it will be. There is 3 different delineages to what type of grade hamstrings it could be. It could be like a grade 1, which is something that wouldn't keep him out for too long, maybe like a week, could be a day-to-day thing, or it could be even something even more bigger than that. So like it'll be a minor strain, and that could be even more. So that could be like 3 to 4 weeks almost. And then obviously the bigger one, that's the grade 3. That's the high level. That's almost close to a tear, which is that's when you're out for multiple months, and then you have some time to really to recover that injury. So we'll find out here probably within the next 24 hours of like what type of injury that is for Rui Hachimura, and hopefully it is not too bad, as the Lakers were finally starting to seem to settle on a starting lineup there, as Rui Hachimura was put into the starting lineup alongside with Jared Vanderbilt, Taurean Prince, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. So that was starting to look like it would be the starting lineup, but then with this possible injury that could keep Hachimura out for who knows how many games, really does not help the Lakers' cases in that situation. So we'll see what happens here. Like I said, we're going to wait till we get an official injury update here for Rui Hachimura, but hopefully it is not something too bad, as the Lakers have been dealing with enough injury issues in this early parts of the season. And that kind of leads me to my next and final story of the day here, and the Lakers have a big stretch of home games coming. So, the Lakers recently have not been playing too well, as they've been 3-7 in their past 10 games, and then since the in-season tournament, haven't really shown that high level of basketball skill that they showed in that in-season tournament run. So we're now turning over the calendar and into a new year. And then the Lakers have a more favorable schedule here, as the Lakers early on in the season did have a lot of like back-to-backs. They had the tied for the 3rd most in the NBA, and they also had played the most games due to them playing in the in-season tournament championship, as that was an added extra game, and then that was a game they were playing at a very high level, as everybody was kind of flying around and trying to win that whole championship thing. So now with that sort of like hard part of the schedule out the way, the Lakers do have a bunch of home games. I believe it is 11 to be in fact. So 11 home games in the month of January is massive, albeit there are some very good opponents here and there. They do have the Miami Heat coming up next. So LeBron James spoke about it after the New Orleans Pelicans game, saying that the Lakers, next 11 out of 12 games will be in Los Angeles. And then he said, it could hurt us in a sense when you start to feel comfortable because you're at home. So we have to understand that. And yes, just because they're at home, we cannot relax now. So LeBron James is totally right to the point here, saying that the Lakers cannot relax in this situation, although be it them being at home really makes a lot of things more easier, especially like you don't have to travel as much, and then recovery times can be a lot quicker, and then you could also be in bed at reasonable times when you're staying at home. So the Lakers, they have this big stretch here, which they can really make a lot of ground here, as they currently sit at the 10th spot in the West at 17-17, which obviously is not good enough. But at the end of this month, it can really change the outlook on how the Lakers view this season, because if they come out of this month with a very good month, with more than like 11 or 12 wins in this month, it could really look well for them, not only in the standings but also on the trade market as well. As we'll see what happens here within the next couple of weeks, especially when the guys that the Lakers signed during the summer become available to trade. So a lot of things working here for the Lakers, and if it goes right one way, then we can probably not be as likely to see a trade. But if it goes wrong the other way, then possible trade talks really start to pick up in some sense. But we're going to really find out what the Lakers are made of here in this stretch here. And if they are healthy enough, I could see them really playing well during these home stretches. And they've been pretty good at home already in the early parts of the season. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to Lakers Digest, like I said at the beginning of the video. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. And hopefully we can get some prosperous Laker basketball in this one. I've been your host, Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.